What is up? My name is Garrett at Yogurt on Twitter, YOOGRRTT. Thank you so much for tuning into the Now Notation YouTube channel. Welcome back to another album review. Today we are talking about Mr. Rich Brian with a brand new album. And, you know, he is from the 88 Rising label, who's, on there with label mate Joji. And he's definitely somebody who popped up in the scene in the past couple years with, Dat Stick under a different name by the name of Rich Chiga. And, this guy is somebody I definitely had my eye on after his previous album by the name of Amen. And that was actually, I believe, the second review I ever did on this channel. So I definitely have stuff on record if you want to go all the way back and see what the fuck that looks like. But what I can tell you is that I do remember enjoying the album. I was very much impressed with the fact that he produced a lot of it, wrote a lot of it, performed a lot of it, and just kind of took the whole project on his back for a debut album. Kind of fucking insane. And, while I felt like some of the performances and songs didn't age as well as I maybe wish they did, I definitely am not going back to very many, if any, for the most part, to be honest. But I do remember enjoying that album. I do remember kind of getting just excited for the future of Rich Brian, and I definitely should go back and check it out just to do a little refresher. That is why with The Sailor I was very interested to see where Rich Brian would take his next project after something like Amen, where it was very much, hey, I'm doing it mostly myself, but there was a lot of like little things that didn't sound like they could be as good as possible. And I think that just comes with you doing everything. You have your hands in every fucking pot. It's not always going to be the best fucking thing, but what it does do is give you a certain level of creativity, and that's the respect that I gained for that project. Amen. Going into The Sailor, I'm excited to see where it would go, but I wanted the sound to grow very, very, very much so. And looking at the track list, track number 1 you got The Sailor, track number 2 is Rapapapa featuring RZA, track number 3 is Yellow featuring Beacon or Buck. Track number 4 is Kids, track number 5 is Drive Safe, track number 6 Confetti, 7 Vacant, 8 No Worries, 9 100 Degrees, 10 Slow Down Turbo, 11 Curious, 12 Where Does the Time Go featuring Joji. And when you look at the producers on this thing, there is actually more people in this thing. I respected that because immediately when I was listening to this, I could hear that there was definitely not the same kind of like rough around the edges feel that the last album had, and I was curious to see if that was all him still just kind of handling most of it. And while he did actually produce some tracks on this thing, I don't want to sell him short, there are a bunch of hands now kind of collaborating to put together The Sailor, and you can definitely hear it when you compare that to Amen. Overall, though, I think this is one of the coolest albums to come out this year. It's not something that I'm playing necessarily every day. There's not very many like things that I'm playing at like even like a party setting. That's not the point of this, but the messaging, the story, the idea of like conquering this new thing that he is doing, which is like his career, and being so fucking young at the same time and just so goddamn talented. Like, to see this project exist the way that it does is a perfect mark on his fucking discography going forward in his career. If you look at Amen again, I'm gonna bring that up because I just think the jump from Amen to The Sailor is some of the best shit that you will find as far as like first project to second project, because this thing is clean as a motherfucker, and it also doesn't overstay its welcome and doesn't allow anybody else to steal the show for even a second. It's not about that. It's literally about Rich Brian just showing you how his sound has developed. In this, you will find a whole lot more melodies. You're gonna find a whole lot more of a higher level of vocal performance, and that is some of the things that I was caught off guard, definitely, because when you listen to Amen, again, the rapping and the content of the performance is where a lot of like the corniness or like the rough around the edges feel that Amen kind of leaves. That isn't found as much, if not at all, on this thing. This sounds like he's growing up, not only within his musical context, within his own sound and figuring out what the fuck that exactly is, but he's also growing up in real life, and you can feel the life experiences and the comparisons and just the unorthodox place that he is in at such a young age is definitely on display here tenfold, nonstop, whether it's on the song Kids, which is like one of the titular tracks, or not titular tracks, but opening singles. You had Yellow as well. Both of those are talking about coming here to basically pursue, here is in America, to pursue a musical career. And then Kids is also reflecting on him as a child to be where he is now. And the fucking Sailor is about literally just like going to find something new, whether it's within yourself or just like everything around you. The whole world is fucking huge and vibrant. I think that's something that Rich Brian definitely shows off on this project. And honestly, Rapapapa is a great example too. That's a fun ass track, and you have RZA at the end. The track kind of ends and RZA has his own little part, and he's just hyping Rich Brian up, hyping 88 Rising up, kind of just respecting the movement, respecting what he's doing and acknowledging it and saying like, I fucking see you, dog, keep it up. And I just like that to exist. I like that exists. It's just wonderful. And then you even have tracks like Confetti, which literally comes across like it's like this like sappy kind of like heavily melodic song, and then pop like a fucking confetti like just blower in the middle of a concert. Like it switches on a dime, and the minute that it goes, it's just like the confetti's just there. Like the minute a confetti thing just blows, dude, you're fucked. You're cleaning it all up. Like that's what you got to do. But the minute that part happens, it's done. It's already happening. You're too late. Sorry. Get it next time. You know, and even at No Worries, which has one of the best fucking beat switch ups, period. You need to listen to that if anything. Slow Down Turbo, which I think is one of the best just concept ideas. His voice like speeds up and slows down, and it's all about just going too fast and not looking around to understand the shit around you. Like there's so much acknowledgement to what is beautiful and what is symbolic and what is awesome about the world that we live in, and it's all being told through his context of just having this very lucky position, but also having a lot of pressure of dealing with that, but also acknowledging the hard work that he's put in to get to this point. And all of that thematically, all of that as concepts are just some of the coolest just things that got stuck in my brain, and why I really respect what he did on this project. I also want to shout out the song Drive Safe. That song is beautiful, beautiful. And that's probably his best display of singing. Some might say it would be 100 Degrees, but I'm not a fan of that song. That is one song I can't put my seal of approval on. Every other track though, I will say I authentically enjoy. This is 12 tracks of just pure artistry. This is a really good project that is very complete, very full. I feel like any message or any story that was trying to be told felt complete, felt satisfying, and felt like it told the story that it wanted to tell. And I can't really put any higher of approval on this thing. Like I really highly recommend this. Please go check it out. Do not sleep on this. It's definitely showing to be one of my favorite projects of 2019. But my opinion is just my opinion. What did you think of The Sailor by Rich Brian? Please let me know in the comment section below. I would really appreciate it. I'll jump in there and maybe we could have a little conversation about it. Give me your top tracks. My top tracks, sorry to go back to that track listing one time. Rapapapa, definitely, or Rapapapa. As well as No Worries, as well as Slow Down Turbo. But I also want to shout out, Vacant was a fun track, but, The Sailor, Yellow, like all these tracks are good. But the first couple that I shouted out, I would say, are the standout tracks of this thing. But what did you think? Again, let me know in the comment section below. Share this with someone who enjoys rap music or hip hop or just music in general. Thank you so much for all the support on this channel. Subscribe if you'd like this video if you'd like. You don't have to do shit. I just appreciate your time. If you're getting to this point in the video, that's enough for me. Thank you so much. Take care of yourselves. Follow me on Twitter at YoGarrett, YoGarrett, Instagram as well. Now in rotation on those two platforms as well. Take care of yourselves, and that is all, folks.